lab.
So, you see Borkis's chest slowly rise and fall. His head and shoulders are not visible from within this roughly 9-foot tall hall.
Ah, yes. Hello there.
And he had spoke as he landed with a thud. What are you doing?
Titan just looks over and slowly answers, "Saving a princess."
Pyre and Her Ladyship, Head Priestess Lily of the Mystic Bear, Forcible Name, Veil Walker, Emissary of the Fae, Honorary Wolfpack Member, Betrothed of Nam, Heiress of the Nam State. It goes on and on.
Like, imagine trying to say that in one breath.
Slay is
See,
trying.
I was
Slay
going
is
to, but I
trying.
forgot all the titles because I hadn't pulled them up and I didn't have enough air to find the list.
I like to think that's how Lily introduces herself. She takes a deep breath and then talks herself blue in the face while she finishes her introduction.
She has to pull out like a flashcard and then flip it over and then pull out another one.
She pulls out a flashcard that she flips over that then has, once it's flipped over, folds down with a surprise extra bit.
It takes 5 minutes to get through the entire list.
No. It's not quite that long yet. I'm working on it.
Not yet. We're working on it.
We need even more titles for the Lily Bear. All right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So yes. Byron Lily, do you say anything?
Pyre will kind of like step forward and will say that and will say we're here to bring the only hope we have to saving the princess of the be able to save the princess of the Tabaxi lands.
Titan just slightly leans forward. We are, as I said, we are under orders to do so by any means necessary.
Yep.
And Lily?
Sorry. Lily, after just, she's kind of still reeling on the information the doctor has just unintentionally, I think, told us, intentional or not, about his role in the princess's.
I apologize. I
illness.
forgot to write up the notes.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I
I do remember
have
he
notes,
did
okay.
mention something
Okay.
that was very,
Could
very.
you maybe copy and paste your notes into the campaign notes?
Oh, I can, but you're gonna regret that choice.
Oh no.
It's better than nothing.
Reporting for
I've made the request. I now must accept my fate.
You've made this bed, now sleep
This
in
is
it.
the notes I took for last session. I'm so sorry.
We put hamburgers. She was hamburger.
Do you like how I mentioned the halfling as a small fellow? I don't know why.
I mean, that's kind of how they'll introduce themselves, you know. Greetings, we are small fellows.
Also, Goliaths have small and large kid intestines.
Oh my gosh, I forgot we made that. Oh no. It sounds so wrong reading it.
It does.
Large of kidney intestines. Thank you for adding that.
You're welcome.
The biology of a Goliath is just fucked. No matter which way you look at it.
apparently the most important things to me last session were the cheese elemental can be summoned via cheese pot 1 time a day, and the surgeon has detailed to us that it would not follow his notes. Those are the most well thought out sentences in my entire notes, and I assumed that it was for a reason.
And it would not follow his note. That's okay. I feel like you've swapped around the typical structuring, but it's still grammatically correct.
Yeah, I just think I was literally reeling while I was writing it. I was like, Doctor do who to what now and where?
Oh.
But yes, that.
Doctor do who? Who? The doctor! The doctor! The doctor!
Doctor Who! Doctor Who! But you love that
It's a
scene.
real who's on first base situation.
That scene of
The
Doctor Who is the
Doctor!
best.
See, and that's the thing. Doctor Who just. It's nothing. You could keep that going for days.
It's so
Mhm.
funny.
Like again, Doctor Who. It's just because of how chaotic he is in the first place.
Wow.
No, I just mean the amount of puns and wordplays his name leads credence to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's literally perfect bait for a who's on first bit.
And he revels in it. But, yes, Lily, you were saying?
Oh, so Lily's kind of. She's basically standing next to this door. And the emotions are going through her head kind of all in a line where at first it's like, okay, we snuck in, we're gonna get this guy out, but then it slowly is processing into the anger of, what do you mean it's not like you thought it was gonna be? That's not right. So by the time Bardicus is coming in, Lily's basically got her hands on the bar of this cell and is like, hold on, wait, what do you mean? Say that again. Like, she's completely ignored Bardicus for the moment, and her attention is strictly on this doctor.
199, mein Vinnish Fräulein.
Oh, I forgot he was also a creep. I should have wrote that down.
You know, Fräulein isn't a creepy word. I know they make the creepy Germans so say it, but it just
No. I mean, when you said it, I remembered that he called me. He was very interested in the fact that I was a little Minotaur woman.
And also
yes.
how he was
I was brought
interested
back.
in a pyre.
Specifically, he was, you know, wondering if your organs would be normal adult size or more diminutive to match your reduced stature.
Very creepy.
It's a valid question, but one we will not be discussing at the time.
It is a valid question. Don't get us wrong. Like, none of us want to find that out.
But so Lily's basically nose in this, in the bars of this little tiny window of the cell on her tippy toes and is like, tell us what you know about the princess.
Then
and her
Bardicus walked
illness."
in.
And then, well, yeah. Lily's ignoring Bardicus.
So, as
Also, she is still with us, right?
yes,
Yeah.
as the Dr. Hugh begins to speak, Bardicus speaks up over him. Enough. We will leave this place now. I can't stand the sound of him breathing.
Bardicus, we have to leave with this man. And as Titan said, Pyre gripping her glaive, any means
We
necessary.
can discuss this, but not here.
That's fine,
On,
Bardicus, and we
but
can do
on
so.
my friend. There's a loud slamming sound as Bardicus's fist cracks a hole along the top of the ceiling. Doctor slowly slinks back into his little cell.
Pyre
Lily
just
like releases her hands on the bar and like sighs really heavily and backs up and looks at Pyre. It's like, Pyre, let's just follow Bardicus. I have a I have some new issues with this Priam.
Of course, head priestess. But remember, this man is probably the only chance the princess has.
And we are meant to work quickly. Let us get this discussion done fast.
Pyro just look up to Bardicus. Where should we have this discussion then?
Follow me.
Pyro will follow.
He guides you out and towards the burnt out ruins of what was once a thriving village square. Okay, dude, you're not that big. Oh, that's the map layer. That's probably why you became so big.
It's the map layer.
That's the map layer. That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Oh, wow, I was already there. Oh yeah, this place. That's where I found Chi.
Okay, now I just imagine, I just need to say, like, there's Lywell, and this is Lywell's little girl. Very small Lywell. And she has one of those toys, and she has a square block and a circle hole, and she's trying to put the square block in the circle hole, but it's not going, and she's really sad. And so later, one of Lywell's siblings walk in and sees Lywell with a Zaza. As she's making the circle hole square.
that is the red solution. I love it. Canonical.
I like that.
Could you not have put it in the circle hole? It's like, no, this hole already had a block. Now this hole needs one, or else it'll be hungry. And I like, oh, even better, Jericho is watching this really old home video while he's like at Lywell's place.
Also, have this image for you guys. Because I found it and it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so where were we? Ah, yes. So we are fighting. We are following this man.
That's true.
Yes, we're following Bardicus while, meanwhile, Lily is deep in thought. Her arms kind of crossed as she walks, but she's still holding Chi's hand, and it's so awkward.
Mm-hmm. One moment, let me check my notes. By the way, I'm not sure if you can hear this, but my notes are actually paper this time.
I do, and it's very impressive.
Yes. It is very impressive that you have paper notes. Very intriguing.
Sometimes it's too much effort to turn on the PC.
You have ideas that you must bring them out as soon as possible. You must write them down as soon as possible, else you will forget. What? Okay, I just glanced over at Twitter. The 2025 Monster Manual has made dryads and succubi genderless.
Just add an incub.
I was gonna say, isn't there already a genre?
Isn't I was like, wait a minute, isn't there already like?
Are we just you buys now?
I'm just
No,
like,
because that's just
We're
Ubi.
Q-buys. Oh no, we're QBs. Cubey! Oh no, it's come full circle!
Dang it! Because Cube is genderless.
Ow!
It's literally just like so you decided to make the why just why
Succubi
what?
genderless when you can just add an incubus.
okay, so apparently for the
Also-
2025 Monster Manual, they decided to make dryads and succubi genderless.
But that's just wrong!
That's not what a succubi
Just
is.
add a
It's
third one!
Also,
Then we can have
hey-
succubi, incubi, and non-cubi. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done!
God damn it, Mom!
So I feel like
What?
I don't know. You could
I'm
exist
streaming.
genderlessly as a succubi or incubi.
You're the one that said that
Here's
the
the thing.
succubi
So,
was
let's
down on
say
gender.
you have a succubi. Okay? They are shapeshifters. So, while they are women, they can just grow the other. They can stroll through the door as Chad Thundercock if they wanted to.
Listen, as someone as adjacent to
They could
succubi would
literally
also like to
said-
be Chad
I
Thundercock.
thought you was
I
to
understand.
shapeshift, so they could stroll through the door as Chad Thundercock if they wanted to.
Yeah, and walk
Yup.
out as Betty
And they
Boop
would
with
still be a
the
woman.
tight boots.
Like again, when I was playing Crimson, I played around with that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still do. It's just shapeshifting is a part of
Also,
what makes the succubus a
A
succubus.
dryad is, the female spirit of the tree. That's the whole thing. There are male equivalents.
I was gonna say, yeah, hold on. The dryad one, I think, is one that bothers me a little bit more because
Yeah,
it's
because
part of
why?
Because like succubi, incubi, yeah, they're specified and they have like, but they're creatures of desire. That's like part of their whole being. The dryad thing is very specific.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at this and just going.
And here's the
The
thing.
more and
so,
more I hear of this, it's just like, why?
More idiots trying to diversify without understanding what
now,
diversification
you want
is.
to know something? You want to know something interesting?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Satyr were originally all male, and they would go after the dryads. It's like the dryad reflected the flora, the satyr reflected the fauna.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how does that make a viable species? Don't you try to make a viable species out of my Greek mythology, really?
Don't you try to make viable ecology out of my goddamn face, spirits.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like
let's,
yeah, that's the antithesis of the thing. It's like it's just supposed to be this way.
Like-
Don't do that.
But how does that work? It's the Fae! Fuck you! That's how!
Exactly.
Ugh. So not only have they taken succubi from their prime of CR17 BBEG capable monsters down to a lowly CR4, they've even taken
on.
their
That's crazy.
identity away from them.
Yeah, no.
The
Succubi
identity
in like
big
older editions
problem.
were like powerful spellcasters and like
Justice
BVG
for
materials.
Why did they nerf them?
I don't know.
And what did they put to replace them?
They didn't. They just kept reducing them.
See, and that's
Well then
frustrating
that's
because
stupid!
someone
How am I supposed to have a
somewhere-
high-level campaign if there's no high-level monsters?
Oh, there are
Stop
lots of
nerfing
high-level
high-level
devils.
monsters.
They just removed the succubus from that tier.
There are still plenty of high level monsters, but a lot of them.
And how many of them are women?
More of them should be
'Cause I'm
women.
pretty
Thank
sure-
you, Grave. More of them should be
Give
women.
us more villain
Because
women.
Because I'm
Oh,
pretty
women.
sure that if we go with the monster manual, most of the higher end monsters, it's not a 50-50 male-female split. I guarantee.
No, it's not.
Like,
I can
I don't know for
guarantee
sure,
that.
but I bet.
I can guarantee that. I have the monster manual like right next to me. I'm looking through it.
Because, like, here's the thing: is that you took Succubus, a female end villain, nerfed him so they're no longer an end villain, and then made them not female. Dare I say that that's actually not diversifying things, that's actually sexist and misogynist.
Yes.
It's diminutive too.
By
because
being
it's like
diminutive too, because you're saying that females have to be weaker. Like, I'm sorry, but your attempts at diversifying are actually having the opposite effect.
I just-
it gives me the vibe that somewhere someone was like, "Damn, I want to play a succubus, but not any of that lady shit." And then they were like, "What if we just made it so that it's not lady shit?" And it's like, but that's we went.
Like,
It's like
okay,
there's a
you want to
wall
play a
and we
succubus,
went
but not a
through it
succubus?
instead of walking
Incubus
around
is
it.
right there.
Exactly.
There's
It's
the male
right
equivalent
there.
And did
literally
they-
right there for the taking.
And did they nerf Incubus in the same breath? I'm gonna bet not.
I'm looking at the details and no.
See, that's
So
frustrating.
see, that's just straight
Incubases-
sexist.
Incubus had nothing done to them.
So wait, Succubus got their gender removed, but I call.
Not only their gender,
Straight
I-
up, that's just
it's-
fucking
it's-
sexist.
Yeah,
That isn't diversification crap. That is literally misogyny at work.
it sounds like they were like, let's take down Succubus, but give it this blanket of, oh look, now you can. It's pretty and diverse, quote unquote.
Oh,
but it's
okay,
like, no,
okay,
actually, we
so-
have to look back a step at what you really did. which
Okay,
is-
so I actually read deeper, and yes, apparently Incubi also had their gender stolen.
But
I
did they
don't
have their
understand what's the
CR
point of
nerf?
having both then.
The CR North has been going on for years now. That's it's been a progressive thing. Succubi were originally very powerful in an earlier edition of D&D, and each edition of D&D nerfs their power level.
Yes.
That's stupid. Because
Yeah.
this is
It
still
doesn't
5th
surprise
edition.
me, but
It's
it
not
is
meant to be a new
frustrating.
edition.
This is
They
that's the
keep
thing.
saying it's not a new edition.
They keep saying that this is not meant to be a new edition. This is meant to be an update and shit. No, you're just trying to make a whole new bullshit.
Do we
Why the
all-
fuck
I
are you
want
taking
everyone-
away the demon's gender?
I want everyone at the table to really understand what an addition is. And if we keep saying, like, the people working on this are like, oh, it's an update, it's not an addition. I don't
it's an
know
update,
if we
it's
all
not an
know
addition.
what an
No.
addition means.
An addition means new core mechanics and rules.
Which is what they're doing.
Exactly.
They are literally
Exactly.
they've literally reworked all the classes. They're releasing whole
So
new
the
manuals
reason
for
they
everything.
did that is because they want to rebrand 5e into being this. That's why Google search terms for 5e will bring up this instead. Because if they just called it 6e, no one would look it up and it wouldn't get views.
See, and that's
This is
also
literally a
slightly-
5.5. This literally shouldn't have. They tried to rebrand it as one D&D. Didn't work. They should have just branded this as 5.5e. That way, when you search
Yeah.
5th edition, this will still come up.
Literally, that's what they did
And
for
you've named it
3.5.
Exactly.
If
That's what
anything,
they
They
did
I've been
for
more
3.5.
bothered.
Yeah.
And
They skipped giving us a 4.5 edition because 4th edition did not pull in the money that they wanted.
I just hate when I look up 5e and the 2024 shit comes up. That's not what
Same.
I wanted.
same.
Like
Same.
they're literally not providing a quality service, and they're just trying to obfuscate details. Like this is literally scummy business practice.
Also the
very
fact that they were trying to get rid of all the stuff that was before this quote unquote update.
To try and force everyone to update to the new shit. It's like no. If you try and force, like you could again, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You're trying to make a horse drink here, wizards.
You're throwing the horse into the river.
They're literally just trying to drown the horse.
Yeah, you're literally drowning the horse, not trying to make it drink. You're drowning the horse at this point.
Anyways, Wizards of the Coast
Stop
being absolute bastards aside, what are we doing? I apologize.
Oh,
I just
I've
saw
been
this and I
doing
had to
things in my
share it because it
sidelines.
outrages me
Yes,
so
I
much.
think that's our one session derailing.
Apologies. Anyways, back on the topic.
Oh, it's fine. So we walk away to go and talk to Bardica.
Yes.
Yes,
Currently
we're
talking
going
to
back up.
them.
Lily is in
Okay,
deep thought.
Grave, you get an inspiration point for rewailment.
Also, behold, apparently, the artwork for the Dryad.
Get that shite out of my D&D server. Grave, I know this is your D&D server, but
Yeah, don't worry. I just wanted
Oh,
to
I was
share
gonna
it.
say either delete it or I'm gonna go boo.
Yeah, no, I already
That
deleted it. I just wanted to
Yeah.
share it to show what the fuck they were thinking.
Hold on.
That's some Slanesh
Still
Keeper of
give-
Secrets shit.
Why does it give Keeper Secrets vibes?
here, you want to see you want to see a dryad?
Yes, I do. I'd love to see what an actual Dryad is.
Behold, old Magic the Gathering art, the peak of all fantasy art.
Yes, that's what we want.
And
That's what we
she-
like.
How do I say this? That is, it still holds, like, it's, the concept is there, it's holding it there, and she's still feminine, but not in, like, a gender determining way. Whereas I feel, and I don't know, I feel like the other version very much goes, like, oh, you didn't want to have boobs, so we're gonna hyper masculine this thing that's not even supposed to be masculine in the first place, in order to provide gender
Like
equality.
it's like literally this gender equality shit just seems like closet sexism, closet
I
misogyny.
think it is. I think it
It's
is.
honestly how
Now
I feel
here's
like
an art. I love this one. See, the Sylvan stuff in Magic
Also,
the Gathering is beautiful.
I just want to say for that first one,
Uh-huh.
I feel like she would absolutely Medusa the shit out of people with those vines.
Yes, mood.
Maybe, but behold. I own this card, and it's beautiful, and I don't even understand what I'm looking at, but it's gorgeous.
Yes.
That is
I
just,
feel is
that is
gender
straight
fluid.
art.
I feel like
That
even
is straight
to a-
art.
it's beautiful art, but it's also, like, in itself, I feel not explicitly
you can
trying to
see,
be
like,
that
curves there,
sexuality
but
and gender is the importance. Yeah, exactly.
like you can see that there's curves. You can see that there's like some femininity to it, but there's also like weirdly masculine vibes to it. It's like it's very good
her
art.
biceps are still on display.
Mm.
Like, it's the way she's posed, and this is an art. It's not that important, but she's almost got the Lucifer pose as well in the terms of like how her arm is folded. So I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
we're touching into these things that they initially intended to get with creating a genderless dryad, but we've like lost the plot.
I
This is what we want, is what the cards were.
it's what we
And
desire.
suddenly now we're somewhere else.
Yes, this is
Now,
what we
I like
want.
this one because, like, this is such a little I am a sprite
I like
tree
that one a
walking
lot.
vibe.
Yes.
That's got straight up poison ivy vibes, really.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, this one
But there's
is a
diversity amongst these cards.
Now,
That's the
here's the thing.
important part.
This is one of my favorite cards in Magic. It is one of the first promotional cards I ever got. It is... Now, this Dryad is not feminine, but I want you to read what this Dryad does.
I mean,
Ascend
they're
if you control an
solid
10 or more.
androgynous.
And this is exactly
This
what I
is-
think
At the
should,
beginning of
this is
each
the vibe.
upkeep, create a 1/1 green Sylvan creature token.
I don't know what any of that means today, I'm gonna be so honest.
Basically, so
Spearlings.
at the start of each turn, you make a little baby tree sapling. This is like the old mother of the forest. So she doesn't have the same curves anymore because, you know, she's much older, but she is giving life to the forest anew every single turn.
And she's the
Mhm,
life of the
mhm.
forest. That's the important part. Oh man.
Oh, now this one I like. See, this one feels like nature personified. Like, she's not even necessarily a solid being, but rather nature wrapping itself into
Exactly,
one.
yeah.
Straight up called Dryad of the Awakening.
Literally, it just looks like Mother Nature, just like, hey, I gotta take
Oh,
body
now
quickly.
this one
That
you're
is
gonna
also
love.
why I think I'm a little miffed. Is it feels like by doing this to dryads in the 2025 version, we are ignoring the concept of the Mother Earth. She's not called Mother Earth because she's that's her gender.
It's
She's
because
Mother
motherhood
Earth.
is typically seen
So-
as a thing of
I also
birth,
own
renewal.
this
Creation.
card, and I love this card. Like,
Oh,
look
that's
at this.
beautiful.
I love that one so much.
Oh my god, that is
See,
so beautiful.
basically, I feel like, a dryad is supposed to be like nature woven into that slender kind of curvy shape, but not like in your face, more like the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Because again, I will still say, I feel like this is the perfect balance of a feminine and masculine in terms of there is more feminine, but she still has traditionally considered masculine features. Do you know what I mean? She has a very strong jawline. Her biceps are still on display, even though they're not massive and bulging. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A critical analysis was lost in Wizards of the Coast at some point, and I beg them.
It's
to bring
because
it
they're
back.
firing all of their art team.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the people that were
that's the
responsible for
worst.
making Baldur's Gate 3 an amazing game, all fired.
Really? That's
Yeah.
insane.
No, literally, the
Like,
people
they
that
are
were
not-
responsible for
They are not keeping their talent, and that is literally going to bite them in the ass because they're firing their talent for AI. And we all know that AI has a very glaring lack of talent.
it's also a thing of, again, the people who were responsible with working
Now,
with Larian Studios.
you want something that just screams Celtic vibes and just puts you in that older state of mind?
Yes, do it.
Priest of Titania.
Oh
Ooh,
fuck
which-
yeah!
A good one.
Add 3 to your mana pool for each elf on the battlefield.
I love it.
Uh-huh.
This looks beautiful.
Now, Elf Ball's a thing. Basically, Elf Ball is you
Elf
play an elf.
Ball?
This elf taps for
I like
mana.
Elf
You
Ball.
play for an elf. This elf taps for mana. You play an elf. This elf taps for mana. You play an elf. This
Ball.
this elf taps for all the elves of mana. You play an elf. This elf untaps all your elves so you can retap them for mana. This elf gives you more mana for the amount of mana made per elf. It's called Elf Ball, where you just spiral out of control with all the mana dorks and mana creating elves, and I've played it like once or twice.
So many elves.
It just cascades, and it's fun. I
Long story
apologize.
short,
Bordicus
what are
is...
the odds that if this man was undead, he could still perform this surgery? What are the odds?
Not very good.
Damn it.
Especially because you don't even know what kind of stuff would go into that. Has Lily ever seen a surgery in play?
No. I don't think so.
I'm trying to think really hard.
I know for a fact
When we
Pyre
met Frankie
hasn't.
for the first time.
Like,
I
at
saw
most,
Frankie
she's
eat a
seen
guy,
like
and that's probably the
triage,
closest
but
it's gotten, yeah.
but at most,
Actually, I
either
think you
of us
stood outside the room while she ate a guy. No, you did see him eat the guy's face off.
She started eating him, and I was like, yep, she's putting him in the carcass that is her body, and then I left.
Grave, do you wish to put your token down?
Oh, yeah. Where are we putting our tokens down? Over here. Okay.
Yeah,
And,
the
and
whip
I
is.
don't suppose that an animated spirit could perform a surgery, even if it was in its own body, huh?
Probably not, as far as you know. Well, that's just the issue. You just don't know.
I just don't
That's the
know.
thing. We have him make the surgery and then we kill him.
exactly.
That's the goal, but I mean,
Well, I mean, we have him
this
perform the
gentleman
surgery,
is
we
clearly
interrogate
running
him.
the post.
So, Bordicus leads the way to the old, burnt-out ruins of what was once a lively village square. He pauses briefly as he walks to run a hand across the ash-coated, charred trunk of what was once a great willow's tree. He then sighs as he holds up his arms. I saw this village once, when I was young. I do not know if you remember, Lily, but sometimes the elders, the instructors, would take us on trips to the other villages. So I now know we had quite different upbringings.
The moment he mentions the elders were taking them on trips, it's like Lily freezes as she just takes this moment and then very softly goes, "You were allowed to leave the village?"
He sighs. I cannot see it now, but I've felt the wounds, the charred brick, the piles of ash. He then sighs and looks at all of you. I will not allow that man to leave alive. However, he holds up a hand. It is not my call to make. I am not chieftain of this land. I came here to aid, to rebuild, to look for you. I have accomplished many of these things. I and the other elders are all from different villages. Some no longer have a village to be elder of. But I do not think you care to hear the story. You have come delegates of a powerful king, and I am the chieftain of just one small village. He looks up again. My eyes have been opened to things that I could never see. I understand that all is not as it seems, but I understand the evil that man has created. However, you all ran into the woods with no hesitation to defend this village, to protect its people. I understand that Goldhorn did not survive. I understand that we are all hurting, that we are all wounded. And I understand that there was a father who would do all in his power to save his child. And I understand his power exceeds mine, such that all of you would come for his word, for his will. And I understand that I cannot stop that. But I also cannot let that man leave. But it is not my choice to make.
We are not saying that that man will not pay for his crimes. But imagine
Clarkus
this
slowly
situation.
shakes his head. You do not understand the trouble we went through to get him into that cell. If he leaves, I doubt anything will come of it.
Imagine this situation. You kill that man, you doom your own village. Would you still kill him? Knowing how many more lives you would be damning in the process.
You think the king of the southern tribes would come to war on this small village?
As I
With an
said, he
alliance?
charged us with any means necessary. If you put an army between us and that man, we will be forced to fell the army.
And what if I fell the man first?
Then you will bring the
Barticus.
wrath of King Farlise upon you. This land is
Then you're going
already...
to wish that you had not.
The High King would not allow an all-out war like that.
And then
That
we
may be
lose
true, but...
your village, we lose the kingdom. I think what we could consider, Barticus, is there's more to be garnered from if we consider the aid that the king can produce. I know you say you're just a small minotaur. This is just a small village to the east, but I don't think that's all it should ever have to be. And I think that by us coming here and the king knowing that it's yes, it's because this man is here, but the fact that he knows that this place exists, what is it to say that an agreement couldn't be come to between the leaders of this village and the king of the southern tribes? You are providing him aid by granting this disgusting man, as horrible as he is, even for just to live long enough to complete this surgery. That is greater aid to his kingdom than he's ever asked. That's why we're here. In return, could we not? I believe that with the king, despite the southern tribes being their own secluded kind of kingdom in themselves, the king is a generous man. He's helpful. And I know he would have gratitude given the situation. And he is a strong man, Barticus. I guarantee you we tell him his demands and his crimes, and the furthest he would be allowed is to complete the surgery before King Farlise has his head. In return, we could get aid for the people of this village.
I've heard tale from those coming from the south that the Tabaxi tribe is weakening, that they do not know whom will sit on the throne within a year's time, that the Duke ails, and that powers rise.
And that is part of what we're here to help fix.
Exactly.
The king is currently focused between two fronts. The worry of
Indeed, I've heard a civil war between the king and the duke is on the brink of breaking out.
No,
that is
false.
It is much more
the king and his brother are on very good terms, in fact.
That was a manipulation of damnable people who had tried to inspire a civil war between the two to weaken the kingdom as a whole. What now rises is a noble trying to vie for the place of the king.
I believe the trap that was set for the southern tribes began much earlier, of course, than now, but this is a long, at least seemingly long-seeming corruption. We've been doing this to save this girl this whole time, and we've uncovered more than I could ever imagine.
The king cannot bring order while he worries for his daughter's life.
And all the kingdom sees is a distracted king and a dying princess whom we could help. And I know this man clearly has caused more harm to even the princess herself than even possible.
I am not a smart rock, but from what little I heard out of that man's mouth, there is much that he is responsible for, and much that keeping him alive will allow us to begin to fix.
Could everyone make me a persuasion check?
Oh boy, howdy!
Woo! Alrighty then.
For me, I got +0. It's a flat roll. It's a 2.
Alright.
The rock is not on point today.
That's a 17.
Remember, you do have a point of inspiration.
I will burn it right
Conspiracy.
now. Ooh, it's a 9, baby.
9 is better than 2. I have some lucky points if we feel I could do
I'm
better.
going to roll. I'm going to use one of my
Um,
lucky points.
We have not rested yet, have we?
Oh, this is the next day. You did rest last night.
Yeah, we did
Okay.
rest.
Okay, so I'm back up to full health. Okay, I will spend
Fuck.
I will spend a lucky point for that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try. 11!
I got
Okay,
8.
I got
I
my
will-
previous
I
2
would like
rolls
to-
combined.
Yes, 17 is pretty good, but because I get a +7, I'm gonna burn a lucky point to see if anything gets better than that. It's a 50-50 shot. No, okay, so we got 17, 8, and 11. What is chi? Chi!
One second. Lily, because of your deep connections and soul diving with Bardicus, he is more open currently to your opinion. You get advantage on this roll.
That means I get one more, bro. I get one more, fellas.
Come on.
22!
Hey!
There
So,
it is!
11, 22, and 8. What is that average?
Hold on.
20, hang on.
No, you add them all together and divide them by the number you're adding.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
That's
hold on.
22
4
plus
divided by 3.
22.
22 plus, what was it? 11
11 and 8.
plus, what did you get, Pyre?
8.
8.
Oh, so that's 40. That's
So
41 divided by 3.
41.
That is 13.6 repeating.
That's 14 if we round up.
That is 14 rounded up.
Does Bruno
Properly
get
rounded
persuasion
even.
odds? What if he gives puppy dog eyes?
Bruno. Operation
Roll
Bruno-
for
Puppy.
puppy dog eyes.
So, Bruno went to go get cheese.
He heard about the cheese thing and said, "Oh shit, bye guys." Bastard. Now,
Chi?
my next idea is a bad, not good idea. If Chi isn't being persuasive, she would be intimidative.
Okay,
If she
so
just gives him the eyes,
Sorry, I did not
what
mean
are
to do
the
that.
odds? No, you're fine.
let me
I
see.
know Bardicus is an intimidating man, but Chi scares me more. So I feel like, technically, she might be able to just bump us up that last, like, one that we need.
I know I made a character sheet for Chi. Where is it?
She's hiding. She went to go get food. She also went to get... Her character sheet is with the cheese.
Your character sheet is looking for the infinite cheese.
Okay, so Chi got an 11 persuasion.
Hold on.
That makes it 52.
Divided by 4.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not great.
I
And
think that
she
actually
used
lowers
my
the
point
average.
of inspiration.
That might bring our average down to 13.
It did. Would I have been able to cast guidance on myself before we started to talk to him?
I will let you apply guidance to Chi as she has not yet spoken.
That's fine. I will, once I realize we're starting to lose him, Lily looks at Chi and touches her and goes, "Okay, I'm so sorry, but you're our only hope." So Chi gets a D4.
Wait, no, Lily. There's a new system me and PB made. We overhauled guidance to be divine guidance.
Even better.
One second, let me go over to
It's because it's a cantrip. We decided, fuck it. We decided basically, fuck it. It increases with your level.
1
It-
second.
that
Let me...
makes it more useful throughout the game.
I mean, technically the +4 is always kind of useful, but we wanted to... Where... Can I not access Mary's sheet from this?
Hold on.
Not if you're on the actual, like, I think you have to be in that.
Hold on. Let me go to Roll20. I'll go grab her sheet.
Realizes we're losing Bardicus in this, like, persuasion fight. She puts her hand on She's shoulder and goes,
So,
I know you
Apple
don't like the guy.
decided to use an AI to control its news headline, and so now have been putting out,
That's an interesting choice, considering Meta removing their fact-checking system. I know Apple and Meta aren't connected, but the amount of Apple users who are Meta users, very large.
Yes. Okay, found it. Here you go. Look in general.
Lily's gassing Chi up for this moment. She's like,
it also is
"I'm
no
so
longer
sorry."
concentration, so you can cast it while concentrating on something else.
Yes.
Oh my god, I think that means it's a D8.
Yes.
Oh my god. Why is Bruno's sheet the only one that's open? Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
But yes, congratulations. You now have access to a D8.
D8.
A
Okay,
D8
roll a
of
D8.
guidance.
Should I roll it or should she roll it?
I will roll it for the Chi. I'll even let everyone see it, but it really needs to be an 8.
I hope it
It's
is.
so close, it's a 7!
That
What if
puts
I
us at
kiss her? If I kiss her, will it be an 8?
You're not yet married, no.
Damn it. So 52 plus an additional 7.
That becomes 59 by 4.
59
That
divided by
becomes
4.
14.75.
Which would, if we round up, would technically
That-
be 15.
We round it
D&D
to
rounds
15.
up. No, D&D
It's
rounds down.
technically a well,
D&D rounds
okay.
down, but this is over 5. That means it rounds up always.
That's not how D&D does it, but...
But math.
No, like, okay, so for D&D rounds down. So if you are at 0.5, it rounds down. If you were at 0.6, that still rounds up by every system. Rounding up means that 0.5 rounds up.
This is
So
a
in this case,
Yes!
because it's 0.75, it doesn't matter what rounding system you're using, rounding up or rounding
it
down,
would have to
that
be
rounds
15.
up.
Fortunately, D&D says whenever there's a fraction, you always go down to the whole. You
I
don't
would
go
like
up.
to converse
Boo!
that it does state that
Boo!
it's usually rounding down except for specific circumstances which are arbitrary when you think about it long run. So what if, thankfully, this could be a specific situation?
You had me rounding up. Section.
Group check percentiles over the 0.5 threshold are rounded up. Somebody's gonna have to write that out to make it a rule.
I'm doing it now, bro!
Lily Bear, you have much better spelling than me.
Round up.
When
Cleft. No, that's cleft. When left.
You gotta phrase it right for it to mechanically walk.
When in a group percentile base.
Okay, so I just decided to randomly roll my D100 to see what we'd land on.
Uh-huh.
This thing landed on a 2.
So that's what, 3 degrees of success?
Yes? Basically, it's a crit success. Because anything within the 5 range is just automatically a critical success.
What is
Oh.
Okay, I've written it out, and let's see how close you get to it.
Yeah, that'll
Oh.
actually be it. may be close.
Oh shit. Apparently Dane Wilson passed away. Or Dale Wilson.
Oof.
If I know who that is, apologies.
That's the voice of Cell.
Oh, I see.
That is an oof. Well, if they ever have to revoice Cell, they've got Takahata 101 on speed dial, I hope.
Wow, not relevant, but did you know that round half up is actually the short of round half towards positive infinity?
Huh.
Anyway. Now I'm trying to decide if I've been consistent enough. I'm leaving no room for any leaks.
No, that's a completely fair. Sorry, Tex just
It's
sent
gonna be
me
watertight.
a fucking because he sent me an image of that robot girl from Persona 3 yelling at the main character about using a toaster. And the next thing he sent is great. Now my brain has just run away with itself, imagining Slag having an inner conundrum of if he wants to use one of his energy weapon packs to cook bread or to say fuck it and eat the toaster. He eats the toaster.
I was gonna say he probably eats the toaster.
If I remember that glorious dumb bastard well enough, he is going to eat the toaster. Because he's an obliterator.
Yup.
Yeah, obliterators are just...
Eat the toaster, weaponize the toaster, fire the toaster cannon.
Keep in mind that Candy has to constantly stop him from trying to eat one of the
Trying
macro
to eat the
cannons.
macro batteries.
Yes. She's
Yeah.
constantly trying to stop him from eating
speaking
the
of that, so I
macro
did some thinking.
batteries.
And maybe we'll just put Lywell's destroying of Uranus into a simulation that she proposed to the Tenno Council as a solution, because I do like... I
still can't believe you said that. That was so funny.
Mm-hmm. I still point that as that is a locked off timeline.
No. I'm thinking maybe it's just a simulation that she's proposing as a solution to their problem.
I still say that
You've
the
just gotta
40k Lyrell in Warframe timeline is still a locked off timeline to Warframe. So that it does not affect so that it does not affect eternalism.
Yes, it won't affect eternalism. Like there was the canon. I really want Sona and Lywell to be in the same instance.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying this is just a simulation she's proposing to the Tenno Council, and they're just watching the planet go boom. And then there's no more planet.
Candy's just like, I don't think that's a good option for anyone.
It's like, I'm sure yours is way more thought out than mine is, but this is the best I could do with the fact that my brain likes to stumble words around.
Any machinery smaller than an entire refrigerator exists in a perpetual fear of being eaten and integrated. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. This is just Texans, honest to God, fucking thought. It's great.
I didn't know if you wanted me to specify that the rule it's based on is rooted in mathematics, but I did anyway, just in case. to show you this graph I've been looking at for a second because it's terrible.
So this is what I put together.
I think that is a more consistent thing of what I said. However, I think we said the same thing.
We did. I just made it more D&D. What the?
You made it D and decent, exactly.
Yeah, behold, somebody decided to draw robot girls like this. She's a Gundam frame. I don't understand. I just saw this and I had to
Okay,
share
so
it.
who decided to make a robot girl, but decided the mid section wasn't important?
Well, obviously, it's because they want people to obviously see that she's a robot girl.
Sleia, I have a terrible answer for you, but I'm not going to say it because PB is live and it is not appropriate.
I think I know what you're saying. You can type it out, but I'm pretty sure I know what you're thinking.
Yes, immortalize it for Catalogue.
Yes, exactly.
I don't want Catalogue to know about it. Anyway,
Okay, can you DM it to me? I'll see.
Ah!
I think I know what you're
I'm
talking about.
staring at this graph while I was trying to figure out
It's
how to
like
write
it's
this out.
glitching.
I think I know what you're referencing. Lily Bear.
But so that gives everyone a total of 15.
Yes.
It's a 15.
Bordicus looks out across you all. Well, not looks, but slowly turns to faces you. He then sighs. As I had said, the decision is not mine to make. I was elected to the council to decide how to execute him, but that decision lies in another. It is they who hold the authority to release him. Two days' travel north of here lies the current estate of the Baroness of these lands.
A baroness.
He nods. She holds authority as the last surviving member of the house that used to call these lands home.
She, or would she appreciate or recognize us as visitors if we were to go speak to her? I don't want to intrude, especially for a baroness. However, this is of the utmost
I
importance.
can't say. These are not the customs of the Western Plains.
I see.
And I was not trained in diplomacy. I was trained to hit problems with an axe until they break. But now, everything around me is broken.
Things that are not supposed to be as deep as they sound, but hit really hard.
Yeah.
You could see it, and you would not have been able to, but my eyes just rolled so hard as Lily is sitting there being like, oh my god, not in front of my wife!
Like, the dude is the dude's whole life is in crisis. This is a deep moment.
No, it's very deep and it's
That is
reasonable,
true.
But Lily definitely had an awkward moment where her hoof just kind of kicks a couple of rocks for a second.
Hey, Johnny, do that!
she would kind of like steady herself and say, then let us begin the process of mending for not only this village, but the kingdom to the south. And perhaps it's a fool's dream, but maybe then in our separate ways we will begin to mend
It will
those
take roughly 1 week for the smith to whip out all the old fittings from these burnt out remains and to smelt them down to make a pit of lead. You have that much time.
Thank you.
I'll just take a deep breath.
We recognize at least that this is an act of leniency that you are granting us. You do not owe us this much, but I appreciate it, Bardicus. We will go and we will attempt to speak with the Baroness in a diplomatic manner.
Porticus slowly turns his head up to the sky. Even though I can't see it, I can still feel the light of the sun on my face.
I really want to be just like Titan's just like, oh, sorry, that's me.
Sorry, Uncle is very angry today.
Sorry, I just imagine Lily looks up and I just hear as the light is fractaling just right through Titan and burning a hole in the center of Bardicus's forehead. Like Woody from Toy Story style.
Porticus's forehead is above Titan, I'll have you know. He's 12 feet and 1 inch.
Sorry, I forgot about that 1 inch. Into his nose and or chin then. But Lily would hear his comment of the sun and would steady herself the best she can and turn to her companions and say, mainly more to them, but also inclusive of Bardicus, then let us do our best to ensure the sun shines another day.
I'll just take a deep breath, sigh, and just kind of look to everyone. We have to be quick then.
Titan just nods.
I'm hoping the Baroness won't mind or find us intrusive. Bardicus, is there someone in this village that could point us in the direction or give us a location on a map? I presume the Baroness has an estate, but that's just based on my knowledge from the southern tribe. I'm not sure how it is
Country
in tradition.
lodge, one her family had used for hunting. It's all they have left.
It's all they have left for now. May the people of this village build back stronger than before, so may we help it. If we can help it.
Porticus is quiet as he slowly faces up towards the sun.
Lily kind of like awkwardly stands for a second, like kind of looks around to see if anybody else was around, and then like starts pulling out a map and is like, alright, well. How far off did you say she would be in the woods, Bardicus?
About 2 days' travel north.
2 days by normal means. I see. Okay. Then we'll be back. But there are things we must gather first that I think are going to aid us in our journey.
Okay, I have to pack food and wait. I'll just think for a moment. Lily? As she just like reaches into her satchel and pull out her book. We might be able to make this a quick trip.
Didn't we exhaust her in using that means to come here?
Ah, shit. You're right. She's probably gonna need more time to recharge.
Well, I have another idea, but he's currently buried in what I can only imagine is shit.
What? What?
I've got a four-legged companion that's quite fast. It can't carry Titan, but Bruno might be able to get us there faster.
I can fly. Titan, how fast can you run?
If it's considered lumbering, it's not fast enough.
I mean, Titan's speed is kind of average.
Which is quite speedy for Goliath.
I was gonna say that's kind of
That's
speedy.
true.
I'm impressed.
Better than nothing.
My thought is that we could cut the time down for some of us, party-wise. But I don't want to leave any of you here to not participate in such an important conversation. Even you, Titan. I know how you feel about your way with words.
Lily, we need to get to these things as quick as possible.
And it's settled.
You know, I get the feeling that they might have detected a bot drop.
I think these bots have detected that there's a diver here, I feel. I don't know what's telling me this, but something is telling me that. The bots have detected
I need to go.
diver.
I'll be right back.
Alright, sorry.
Okay, my current thought process is we're gonna make Bruno book it while Pyre flies. I don't know what to do about Titan.
Titan. Do you have access to a speed rune?
My next thought process is we put Titan on the job of something
Unfortunately,
village
no.
side. But I'm trying to think of what Titan can do for the village.
Put Titan on security duty for the village.
Well, my next
Titan
thought
could
process
do that.
is we just leave Titan at the will of these people who may or may not need an errand boy.
Ask them to keep him busy.
I'm gonna run down to Swamp
Yeah,
Pond real
like
quick.
we just cut to
Alright.
a mass cut clip of like Titan is first standing while
No,
people
it's
are
actually
like,
coming down.
I don't know, getting married in front of him, and then suddenly he's holding a basket and another Minotaur woman is putting eggs in from her fucking farm. Like he's just doing the smallest odd job tasks. He becomes their hero, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh my god. I just found this is just childhood.
My gosh. Whoever drew this has very specific feelings about rose quartz, and I'm not going to go into it any further.
No, definitely. But everything else about this is great.
I love Eustace being asleep, but also the granny from Foster's being fed through a beer bong.
She's being beer bogged by Shaggy and Frankie, which just makes it even better. In the background, you have Johnny Bravo dancing with. I think one of them is the Canker. It's one of the Canker sisters.
I think there's all three of the Kanker sisters.
Oh yeah, it is. It is all three of the Canker sisters.
I think it is a stylistic choice that I love very dearly. Also,
Fred doesn't look like he's
Samurai
having
Jack
fun.
Samurai Jack is
Uncomfortable.
very. Well, I was going to say he was unsheathing his sword because Rose Quartz is making physical contact.
Oh god.
Also, I would like to point out that I'm not sure if it's actually what's in his cup, but from this angle, it looks like there's a tea bag in his cup.
It does. I'm pretty sure that is actually what's happening. And there's just Blue on his phone.
Yeah, Blue on his phone drinking, I hope it's chocolate milk out of a straw. What is the reflection in his eyes? Because I guarantee you I could zoom in and find out.
That's a chest, I think.
That's really funny.
Did you have smokes?
Okay, I'm looking at this artist's repertoire, and dear God, it's great. Okay, for reference, the next image I saw was the gang. They're the gang. They're on the side of the road in the middle of the desert. They're trying to get somebody to stop for them so they can get a tire change. Daphne's like doing the standard thing. Fred has his pant leg up and is doing the sexy leg thing. Shaggy and Scooby are filming Fred, and for some reason Velma took her shirt off.
That's really funny.
And like, I don't know what it is about people drawing Velma with like this like all these tattoos, but it's like weirdly hot. Like, I'm gonna post over and not say for generals just in case, but like,
Perfect.
like, look at that! Like, this artist is really good at what he does. What they do.
I like that Daphne's the one who's genuinely like just.
She's the
trying to
normal
stay
one here.
tight. Yeah.
Oh my god, Cartoon Network characters doing an art class.
With Eustace as the nude model.
This is the nude model. Johnny Bravo just painted himself.
In a handsome
'Cause of course
Squidward
he would.
format.
In handsome Squidward format, yes.
Frankie drawing just the dong, really a choice.
It is really a choice.
Oh my god, they even have a little meatball guy in the back. I love that.
Oh
my
god.
George trying to give Eustace the leaf to cover himself.
Yeah. Oh god.
Wow, there's actually so many interesting things down.
Why the fuck is Fred in drag in this one?
I think he is actually not just in drag. That is Fred as a working woman standing next to his pimp.
Oh god, that is. That's Officer Jenny in there.
Yeah, Officer Jenny, Ice King in the back.
Ice King in the back chilling. Okay, this artist is like insanely talented, Jesus.
I love the multi-branching cartoon references. I love that it's not just like it is mainly Cartoon Network, but then we also get like the Cartoon Network like Adult Swim content in there too.
Yeah. Oh god.
The one I'm still looking at the art frame one where they're all trying to draw Eustace because there's so many little details. One of the pictures in the back is just the pig from Gravity Falls.
Yes.
And
It's Waddle. It's just Waddle.
the Pikachu, I like that one a lot. He's dressed as I can't remember the name of that important picture with that important guy, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. Ah, dear Lord. Just like that by the convenience store.
I like the convenience store one too. I like that like the convenience store is very like realistic comparatively.
Yeah.
I love also that Johnny's photo of himself conveniently cuts out the parts where he's sweaty and nasty.
Yeah.
Good side.
Yeah, it does.
I would like to be Courage in his like cloak with it pulled up. That's how I'd like to be seen as a person.
Mood. That's just a mood.
he looks so. He looks like he's about to join a cult meeting.
It does. Plank working the register.
Plank working the register.
Oh god, Jack's umbrella is a sword.
Oh, that's funny.
I always love the idea of Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack just being bros for some reason.
I like that too. Yeah. BMO charging on the counter is also quite funny.
Yes.
The, stop. The girl from the Powerpuff Girls, that princess girl, she's mopping. She's got an ankle monitor on.
Yeah, she does. Oh god, I didn't realize
she's
that.
On like she's an
They just
adjacent
Ed in the
arrest.
background, just enjoying the rain. The mystery machine is spinning out.
The hydroplaning mystery machine.
Yes.
Driving by.
Here's them at the beach. The Caker sisters are just going all over Jack.
That's funny. I like that Johnny also would like to be included.
Yes. This...
Phoebe, stop.
What?
That picture has a picture of 2 towers in the background because they're in New York.
Oh god, I didn't realize. Sorry.
I didn't either. I'm laughing really hard because I was like, man, why is Eustace dressed up as Abraham Lincoln? Oh look, and Muriel is the Statue of Liberty. And then my eyes went to the back of the frame and I went, oh no. Oh, I think it's because I think they might be celebrating the turn of the century because also on the floor it says, "Is your
Oh, Y2K, yeah.
Is your something Y2K ready?" Okay, this makes more sense.
Okay.
Really
oh my god, here's one that's...
Put the Twin Towers in the background for fun. I was gonna lose it.
This one is clearly inspired by Spirited Away.
I love that. I like how awkward What's His Nuts looks, as he's got his hands in his lap.
Aku.
Yeah.
I need to ask,
What?
We've been on a journey.
Sorry, I found an artist that does some really funny, that does some shit.
I don't even know which
one
one to
with the
ask
Twin
for
Towers?
first. Okay, so, why is Mayo looking at Mrs. Oh no, Miss
Pauling?
The mayor's looking at the secretary's bum. Why is the old man from Cowardly Dog posing with Grimm's head and scythe? Also, so I understand why
There's a lot
Officer
to
Jenny.
unpack, isn't it?
I understand why Officer Jenny pulled them over. This is like the most sketch-looking group ever. Is Johnny's ID a crotch tat? Why is Ice King wasted? And I understand why she looks even more mad, because, you know, if she asks for identification and that's what he does, he's spending a night in the slammer. Also, why did Jinx get a job at retail and...
I think it's like a probationary thing, because the girl from Powerpuff Girls is wearing her ankle monitor and does not also...
Yeah, the princess girl from Powerpuff Girls is wearing an ankle monitor. And then there's just Plank. He's the supervisor.
And then Plank. I like the
Plank is a supervisor.
Plank
clearly.
is also a criminal.
No, he's her supervisor.
Oh, he's the one who makes sure that everyone else is in line.
Also, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but those 2 girls are robbing both of them currently.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
and
the
those are the
Canker
Canker
sisters. Yes, those are the Canker sisters.
They're stealing his wallet. And my god, he has his wallet on a chain. Also, Graham petting Courage sitting next to Aku. No, honestly, that's the one that I have the least questions about.
Yeah, honestly. That one's clearly inspired by
I mean,
Spirited Away.
I like
This
Bebo
is
having
just
his moment.
recreating the old unhinged Cartoon Network crossover ads where they
Oh,
like put all their
yeah!
shows in one, and it's like up next on Cartoon Network.
Okay, I
They were
love those.
all
Those are like the
good.
greatest things ever.
Yeah.
But some of them were just unhinged.
Yes.
So, party plan.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, I saw current. Oh my god, the Yamcha. Sorry, there's too much happening in these.
sorry. I just keep scrolling and
That's
more
like-
of them keep popping up.
I can't tell if it's Ice King or if it's
Also, are they
Ice
saying that
Queen.
Bubbles got the biggest of bubble butt?
I think so, yeah.
Again?
I mean, she might have been named that way for a reason.
Okay,
didn't
but
know
that
that
implies
reason for
Professor
20 years.
Utonium intended this, and suddenly I think we need to get some people involved in that family unit.
Yes.
Okay,
Further
so
analysis.
if you've ever noticed the trend, any kid that you name after a virtue usually becomes the absolute opposite of that virtue. Any kid ever named Chastity or Patience.
I love every
So
one of these
there's
names
a
in PB.
so
There's
there's
such
a group of
multi-layered
musicals. The
system.
guy who didn't like musicals, All Naughty Poods Must Die, and one other. They're from Star Kid Music Productions, and there's a character in there called Chastity Grace. Now take what you just said.
I have a feeling she had neither chastity nor grace.
No,
I
that's
have a
just it.
feeling.
She strives purely to the existence of chastity and grace, and anything that isn't is an affront to the very nature of God itself.
I mean,
She-
that's a fictional character. I'm talking in real life here.
Of course, Black Star.
It is a
didn't
disturbing
shit in her
trend.
pillowcase. Or Blackfire. Pardon me, I don't remember which one she is.
Yeah, no, I don't remember Starfire's sister's name either.
Starfire
Either
and Blackfire.
Blackfire or Black Star. Thank you, Blackfire.
I just keep finding these. They're great.
I just love how there's so many.
Oh,
extra
right.
details.
This was the artist that did the whole thing of Velma just having like a ton of tattoos. Of like the other Cartoon Network characters. I forgot about that.
Okay, so
Anyway, sorry.
Well, I think we have to go to the tavern first.
Right,
Can't
let's
decide
go.
if
Let's go
I'm
get
about
things
to
figured
become a
out.
full hero or not, but we'll get there.
okay, so you leave as Bardicus is staring off into the sky, or I guess standing
I
in the light.
informed him we were leaving. I just want him
He's
to know that. I
standing
said
in the
we will be departing
sunlight.
to go do the diplomatic thing. Him standing there and having his moment.
So you all return to the tavern. You find Theodosia there. She's got bucket and sponge. She's still trying to clean the cheese goo off the floors. Bruno is there doing his best to help.
Just the cheese boy I was looking for.
There are also now 8 cheesy pups.
Aww, cheesy
God,
pups.
they're gonna need baths. Now they're all sticky. But as we come in, how clean are we speaking here in terms of how the floor is doing? Like, are they like 50% of the way through cleaning it? 25?
No! This is so wrong!
What? The one I just
The
said?
one you just posted. That is so wrong. But I think it's Edna Mode that really just
It's Edna that really just goes, no.
I'm
No.
a big fan of Peggy covering Bobby's eyes in the background after she clearly brought him to ballet class in his little tutu.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to post one more. This is the last one. I promise.
Also, I like that she's still in character because she's still wearing the cleaning gloves even while at ballet class.
Yeah, she always wears the cleaning gloves. If she takes those off, the world's about to end.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Phoebe, you're being put on post timeout for 15 minutes.
Okay. I will be quiet.
Uh. Oh yeah. How far have they gotten in this floor business?
Um, it's gonna be a while. These are like,
Shoot.
not sealed wood floor.
Yeah, and you know Bruno's getting every last bit.
Theodosia looks like she's probably been at this for a good hour or so by now. As we walk in, and Lily's just kind of like, ah, good, the cheese is still here. Hello, Theodosia. She looks up. Ah, Lily. How did your walk go? Weren't you just here like an hour ago?
Oh, we were, yes. Well, first I have a bit of a couple questions for you. We're here for. Technically, I'm here for him, points to the cheese covered boy that's currently licking up the floor. But he's hard at work, so I will let him continue as if I ask you. Do you mind? Um, Bardicus has informed us about a baroness of sorts that's
Oh
responsible for the
yeah, the
village.
ladyship. I heard that she's now the one who owns these here farms.
Do you
Well,
happen to know where her residence is?
I think it's her family's hunting lodge.
You wouldn't mind pointing out for me on this map where that happens to be, would you?
Well, see now, I wouldn't mind at all. But thing is, I don't know where it is.
I see. Do you know if anyone knows, or if it's, just
Hmm. The elders, I know they've been heading out that way.
recently?
Mm-hmm. They've been making trips, doing all that important elder stuff. Do you think there are any cute guys there?
I suppose I could let you know. Although, and listen, I'm not gonna say this because I maybe rejected him, but if you don't mind the lack of sight thing, there is one beefy minotaur who's standing out looking in the sunlight, feeling kind of depressed, and could use a women's touch.
Theodore just looks, puts a hand on her hip. Now, you know I couldn't date old body.
I mean, I don't know who's gonna stop you.
Okay, but like, imagine this. We are together, and he tells me that I look adorable in my new dress. But I know he's lying because he can't even see it.
He could imagine it.
I am willing to bet his imagination has grown quite strong.
Sighs and shakes her head. Plus, how am I gonna tease him if he can't even see me doing it?
You know, something I've learned over the course of my adventures out is that uh the nature of senses and other sensory abilities varies dependent on the person and situation. And I would not be surprised given his commentary on smelling and feeling the ash if Bardicus takes more joy in his other sensory activities. So I feel that you could be okay. If anything, you could be doing relatively well. Just saying.
I mean, he did become the chief back home, didn't he? And you know what they say about big boys.
What do they say?
The giant's been here the whole time! And he peeks his head in and just is like, what do they say?
She has this like smile on her face as she like rolls her shoulders a bit before flicking her hand. Oh, you know.
No, I don't. I come from the moon.
He does not have rough
I'm
genitals.
sure that they have well-hung young lads on the moon too.
There aren't any trees. There's nothing to hang from.
Lily, where did you find this absolute peach?
I just want you to know that my answer will not be sufficient, and I found him in the middle of a field. Close enough, actually. I think he found us.
Really? You're just walking into massive studs.
Yes, we have
Some girls have
already
all the
breached the
luck.
conversation about the rock penis, though. It doesn't exist.
Oh. They say fate's a cruel mistress.
I'm just. Well, anyway, back to what I was saying. I think Bardicus is kind of lonely, and if you hug him, he might just love you forever. So. Could I persuade her to go?
Did you two ever like? I mean, come on. Can you tell me?
No.
She gets up and walks over, puts her hands on her shoulders. She stands behind you. Come on, spill the details.
I'd like to think unintentionally, because she was the one who initiated the contact, but we're still making physical contact. Lily would then experience the sensation of being heavily attracted to women. And will be
there's a flump as she like leans far over. You feel a softness on your neck, but a quite heavy one.
So Lily's sitting here, she's like, will you tell me maybe if you guys got along to anything? And Lily's just like, there's a woman touching me. Keep calm.
Hold on. I have something for this.
So unintentionally, by I think the transference of the Goliath ability I have with telepathy, she is experiencing.
I forgot that was a thing.
And Lily didn't touch her, she's touching Lily, so Lily's sitting here experiencing the sensation of, we never messed around because I like girls. So this woman now gets to feel it.
You hear the strangest sound from your friend ever, almost like you heard the sound of her eyes crossing.
Okay, hold on. If you guys will look in general, behold, unintentionally Lily Bear right now.
Yes!
I'm sorry.
That's exactly it.
I legitimately.
So you hear a kind of strange murmur. So soft as her hands slowly like move down from your shoulders over your arms.
Lily, like, the moment her hands start moving, her spine becomes stock straight and she starts to sweat and looks at Chi and then quickly shuffles away from Theodosia.
Lily, could you give me a whiz save?
Oh no!
Do not make me start the music.
6.
Lily, you you glance over. Oh, you glance over at Chi, and you behold a sight.
Lily looks terrified. I just want like Pyre, what you see is the moment Theodosia's arms start to move, Lily is sweating. Her eyes are very wide as she's attempting to move, but she looks over at Chi in panic.
She might be seething right now.
Oh no. There's somebody
That
making a move on her
that is
woman.
believable, but also Lily looks like a deer in the headlights, quite literally, because she thinks she's panicking. Because this is the first time I think this has happened.
You look over at Chi, and this is all you see.
Oh no. Oh no!
Yeah, that if anything is the fear of God itself. So like Lily very quickly like brushes herself off, but by brushing herself off, she's like moving away from Theodosia like she has brushed Theodosia off.
Could you make a
And
strength
Lily's-
save?
I would love to.
You have +1 thanks to my aura.
21
go.
then in that case.
Now remember, your strength bonus is dependent on you actually eating to fill it. It does reset to your base.
It is at base right now.
You got 7 to strength save? Nice.
Yeah.
It's because I'm proficient in strength saves.
Nice.
That's the
So
only
you
reason.
managed to push away from Theodosia. She like almost stumbles over a bit as she had been leaning into you.
Pyre
Lily's
just...
like very confused, but is also like she feels because essentially the telepathy happened without her realizing it, so she also feels like she just had a bucket of water dumped over her brain. She's like, I didn't
Lily, by
know I
looking
could
at
do
brain,
that without
explain.
thinking about it.
Theodosia's just like patting herself down almost, and she's just like, hi.
She's brought back into the moment of, oh my god, I'm in demand, and what did I just do?
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the elders is down.
I think they're
by
calling
the
your name,
river.
and you should go see Bardicus. I think it would be very
No,
appropriate.
no,
if you
no.
go
I
see
think
Bardicus.
I think I left a pot on in the kitchen.
Whichever you would prefer.
Silly me. I should. She like trips over the bucket. As she stumbles back through the doors.
Lily's
Pyre
like
just
looking at
looks
Pyre,
over
and
at...
it's like, Pyre, I've never. Pyre's like, or no, Lily's like stage whispering, and she's like, Pyre, I don't know what just happened. I've never done that before.
Pyre just looking at her, at Lily. Can I try to piece together what the fuck just happened with what I know?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
No, an insight check.
Lily's looking at her hands, and like she's sitting there thinking to herself. I don't know.
Luckily,
what
that's
I started thinking about Chi,
Luck-
and then all of a sudden she was.
Luckily, that went so far over Titan's head it's in orbit.
Pyle, you think Lily was a bit insecure about the height difference between them?
Wait, no,
she's such a
I
small,
have
really
advantage.
tall-
Hold on. Yes! Advantage
Okay.
next to my thing.
You think Theodosia is a closet lesbian?
Pyre just kind of
Even
looks at the
better.
situation, just thinks for a moment. Girl had her awakening.
What? Awake, Pyre. I need. It's not important. Okay.
I think it might. I think it might have triggered her starting to like girls as well.
Damn
It
it,
may have triggered an awakening.
Pyre. I just want you to know. I didn't mean to. I really was trying to get her to like Bardicus, and then she just asked the weird question. But the only situation I've ever been in romantically is with Chi, and I just kept thinking about how soft Chi's lips are, and then we were kissing, and then all of a sudden she was touching me. Pyre, I don't know.
Pyre just kind of reaches over, puts a hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, I totally get it.
But there's a moment where Lily genuinely like gets very stiff
Pyle,
and
you
almost
go to
wiggles
put
away.
a hand on Lily's shoulder, but there's just a clang and a small splay of sparks as she's standing there instead, adamantine, blade raised.
Pyre just kind of looks down. Okay, I will not be touching your fiance.
She slowly puts a hand around Lily's waist and, maintaining eye contact with everybody, slowly backs up a bit.
Lily is still like thousand-eyed stare as she's just like,
Okay.
did
You-
I make someone else feel my feelings of gay?
Did I accidentally make someone become gay?
It's
What
like
just happened?
Imagine having a moment where you think about a person that you are romantically interested in and are having a very almost vivid reoccurrence of what you've done together, and someone is experiencing it with you and you don't know it. That's how Lily feels right now.
Yeah,
She's
no,
like, oh
that's
my god, I
right.
can't believe that I just showed that girl everything I just thought about Chi in that moment.
Pirate's just gonna pull back. Okay, I'm gonna go search for that elder quickly.
You know, that's a good idea. I ask them why they've been going to see the Baroness. I'm gonna sit here and maybe get a glass of water.
Yes, you go do that.
She
Pyro
like
just
holds tightly onto Chi as we start walking essentially in tandem to a table.
Pirate's is gonna like slowly like move around them before she's outside, as they going just to run to where they said that chief was or that
Pyre goes
elder.
wide.
Pio, you rush into the village,
Is it
and
gonna be that elder that someone beat up the one time? I hope so.
you do in fact see a groggy-looking old man, just kind of walking down the plain. He's using a large walking stick, rubbing his head that's like has a bandage around it.
Pardon me. Are you one of the elders that are gonna be heading to the Baroness?
Hmm? I am Nicholas Laws, chieftain of the Lower Great Horn Valley clan.
Yes. Very happy to meet you. I am Pirate Ignis of wait, I forget. Is Pirate's hometown in the western or eastern plains? Shit, hold
It
on.
would be in the west.
I was gonna say, I believe the West.
Yeah, hold on. Double checking Pirate because I know I don't remember the town name. Fuck, we never came up with a town name.
I was gonna say, I don't think Lily's village had a name either.
Pirate's is going to say, I am Pirate Ignis. I am actually up in this direction. Well, I might actually be close to home. Anyways,
Ashwood Grove. Your home village is now Ashwood Grove. Write that down.
Ashwood Grove. Understood. Writing that down right fucking
Beautiful.
now. Right, done.
Lily, you're from the Elder U Plain.
Spell it.
Elder U Yew.
Beautiful.
I am from the town of Ashwood
Forget
Grove.
that. Yew trees don't grow that far north.
Damn it.
Dang it, those also don't grow far to the north.
The trees that grow far north.
Pine.
It's not a pine.
Redwood?
Great Elm Plain.
That works.
The Great Elm Plain.
Oh, see, now this even looks how I imagine it. Behold, this is a really big elm tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's beautiful.
Nice. But Pyre will say, I am Pyre Ignis of the village of Ashwood Grove.
Huh. Not sure I've heard of that one. Granted, I imagine that's a western plains
Yes, I am from the Western Plains.
Mm-hmm.
But, uh, I am currently on business that needs to take me and my companions are currently on business that will needs to take us to the Baroness post haste. And I am
Yes, you're one of those book people.
uh, um yes, actually. Gift of our goddess Catalogia, you know?
You young'uns, with your newfangled bound books, popping out in sacred temples with no respect for your elders, or the time-honored tradition of walking places and knocking.
We do apologize. We were and still are in a bit of a rush due to our
Always rushing
business.
around, you young'uns.
No, no,
No
no.
patience.
Because the business that has been assigned to us by King Faralise of the Tabaxi tribes. But,
Is-
sorry.
And so there's this important matter that, as you seek me out, then I presume you need my expertise.
Yes, we need to find the way to the
Very well,
Baroness's
then.
place.
It's quite the journey, but I suppose I can gather some things together. I. Do we have a wagon train, or is this going to be a foot pilgrimage?
This. I do not think we have access to a wagon at the moment.
Ah, roughing it then, I say.
Yeah, if it would be no difficulty at all, Pyre will just reach into her satchel, pull out one of the many maps she has.
You don't have any local maps, you just have big region maps. Most of your maps are also of the southern tribes.
Shit, I haven't had time to chart this region.
Yeah.
Pyre will just look at her maps, realize, just go, fuck, before she will, uh, before she will just nod softly. Yes, you'll most likely have to be roughing it. How long would that take normally?
Oh, you're asking me? I mean, how long did it take you to get here?
Uh,
Less.
we we got here via the book. That was basically a few minutes at most.
Bah, book magics.
The the,
Always, I
the,
assume that the return trip will be the same then.
the powers of my
Unfortunately,
goddess be
no.
willing.
Hmm. Well, then I imagine the trip would only take a few minutes.
Well, no. The issue is that our goddess is quite drained from the ordeal of transporting us here from the southern tribes. We almost likely
All
had to
this
make it to the
God,
Baroness's.
faith, worship, respect of your ancestors. That is the true way to enlightenment.
Uh, of course, respecting your elders should always be one's top priority. It's just there is a lot that is happening at this time, and as I have made clear, we are on a very important mission that is quite time sensitive.
Well, I mean, it would take me a few days to wrap up affairs before I could go on such a pilgrimage down to the south, but
No, 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 no. Not the south. Taking me and my companions to the Baroness's establishment, to her place of residence.
I thought you said you were sent by the king.
Yes, the issue that we have will have to go to her for what needs to be done.
See, so, Baronex in the Tabaxi lands.
No, 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 no. We, I would like you to be able to inform us of, or even guide us to the Baroness's home.
Well, why would I be the guide? I don't know the lands of the southern tribes.
No, no, no.
God, I love confused old men.
Fire just takes a deep breath. All right. Okay, starting over. I want you to take me and my companions to the Baroness of these lands that is currently ruling and presiding over them, so that we may bring the issue from the king to her attention.
Why didn't you just say that?
I-
She's just 2 days walks north of here.
That's what I was just thinking. I was
Uh,
gonna be like, oh, you didn't say that.
Pyre just sighs deeply. Yes, do you by chance have a map of the local area that we can use to help get there? Or
You don't need a map. You should learn the lay of the land. That's how you truly become one with it. You walk the paths your ancestors walked before you.
Pirate will just nod softly. Yes, of course. But since we are not from these lands, we have no. It'll take us much time to learn the lay. Having a map to help us guide there would help us learn the lay of the land better.
Experience and the wisdom of your ancestors. That is what you should have to guide you. It is for what they had to guide them.
Of course.
That's a lot of words for saying stumble around in the dark.
Pyre will
This
just
man is essentially
sigh.
saying, map? What map? I don't know. Just get there.
Pyre will just take a very, very deep sigh. Of course, honored elder. Should you be, I suppose, when will you be we were informed that you would most likely be heading toward the Baroness's place of residence soon, correct?
Actually, just returned from a trip there. I don't think I would need to go again quite yet.
Oh, okay. So it is just north, as you said.
Yes, north, as I said.
Of course, of course. I thank you. Is there any landmarks we need to know about for this trip?
I interrupt this regularly scheduled D&D thing. Behold, I found the perfect character art for the fire Habaxi.
Oh my god,
It's her!
yes!
It's literally her!
Oh my god, it is just her! That is just the fire Habaxi. Oh my god.
Behold! The local tavern is burning down! Behold! The warehouse is on fire!
Now
Behold! The elf man is getting treated for third-degree burns again! Behold! They left her unsupervised in the town of Duskfang. Oh no, not Duskfang. One second. Let me check the map again. In the town of.
Wasn't it like Fangsbow?
I was to say
Oh
Fangs
no.
Bow was my
One
initial
second.
idea.
Which one was the? Was it? Oh yes, it was Duskfang. It was Duskfang. Behold, she was left unsupervised in the town of Duskfang.
Fire!
And Pyre did teach her some words of Draconic as well.
Okay, we now return to our regularly scheduled Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
And so. Yes, the man was explaining how it was simply north of here.
Yes. Then Pyre asks if there's any major landmarks to look out for.
Yes. Once you've reached the olden tree, that is when you strike northward, and then upon reaching the crested hill where the ancestors' burrow lays, then you must turn towards the rising sun and embrace it tenfold, upon which you shall reach the lay of our old ladies. And upon that place you shall know, with proper respect to their embrace, you have found the path once more.
Pyre's
Then
just writing
continue
this down.
following the words of the founders, those who laid the cornerstones, each in turn, and you shall see your destination down in the embrace of the rivers.
I understood about half of that. And Pyre's just like writing
May
this
the
down.
ancestors guide you.
Pyre just sighs.
Your ancestors are also looking at those directions and going, "Oh no."
Pyre's ancestors are from a fucking land of vampires.
Yeah, because he's talking about Minotaur ancestors, and your ancestors are like, this is not my, this isn't me. I have no idea what this is.
Pyre just hearing that, just like, I don't even know anything about my ancestors. How are they supposed to help me here? As she then just
Ty just looking over at them like, at least you have ancestors.
You have a mommy, that counts.
Pyre just sighs so deeply. Okay. Maybe Lily Bear can help translate all this. As she will head back to the tavern. Actually, wait a minute. Is there a general goods shop in this town? Or a place that I could probably buy a map of the local area, maybe?
Give me a perception check.
Alright. For Shipshorn? 12.
So, you're looking around, trying to see if, you can't maybe spot someone.
Or spot a place that,
You're like looking through the store, looking for a store, perhaps a stall, maybe a market.
mm-hmm. It's
And
like
you do, in fact, spot something. Just down here at the side of the road, you hadn't noticed them before, but you now see their ears poking over the head of the counter of a little stall laden with various goods.
Oh, thank God. As Price is going to walk up to it and look over the goods.
As you walk up, the ears poke and swivel towards you.
Radar dishes.
Gotta love the radar dishes.
I know
Sonar
they're not
dishes,
radar dishes,
whichever.
but still.
You can have a dish for sonar if you want.
One is radar, the other is sonar. Anyways.
You walk up.
Yeah, Pyre
As
will
you
walk
see a
up and start
tiny
looking.
little pair of bluish yellow eyes poking over the top.
Hello there.
This is a minotaur-sized stall, by the way.
I figured as much.
That's funny.
You see there's like some various fresh fruits, vegetables, some like traveling supplies, a barrel with a couple of weapons. There's some fishing kits, a loom, some oxen yokes, a couple various size carriage wheels.
Pyre will just look over everything, and will kind of like lean over to get better eye contact with the backseat.
You see them. They're wearing the simple, kind of plain short dresses that Habaxi tend to like to wear. Or she's got the little foot wraps on. She's sitting on a chest, and before her is various pouches full of coinage that she's currently shifting through.
Pyre will just give a smile before speaking up. Hello. Immediately just like wait. And she just like as she holds up her finger, takes out the paintbrush, uses comprehend language on herself.
Hi, welcome to Sophie's Resale Shoppy. I sell stuff that other people once sold but no longer have to sell, so now I'm selling it. We got carriage wheels from carriages that don't need wheels. We got swords from people who don't need the swords anymore. They used the swords a little too well, so now they don't need them. We got all these little bits. We got fresh fruits and vegetables from all the little garden places that people aren't gardening anymore, but are still growing vegetables.
Pyro just kind of look over everything before she'll just like, do you have any maps that no one needs anymore?
Lots of maps. We got ocean maps, we got foreign maps, we got exotic maps. I can't read this map. We got maps of places. We even got maps of people as she holds up anatomical sketches of skeletons and musculature systems.
Ooh,
I had
impressive.
a moment where she's like, I feel like she's filtering through papers, and then she pulls out an Eldritch Book of Horror and opens it, and there's just this portal to nowhere, and she's like,
Lily-
I can't read this one. Closes
Lily,
it, moves on.
could you do me a favor and roll a D100?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Please tell me this could be the Necronomicon here.
Wow, 55.
Pretty average.
Unfortunately, no. She does not have that in stock.
It's because it's in that tree, fucking wherever in the west. I remember.
Well, no. Specifically, it's in the cult. It's in the large cult base under the tree.
Exactly.
She
I never
still
forgot
remembers.
about the Necronomicon.
The
Necronomicon.
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 The Necronomicon.
The
Yes.
Necronomicon. I'm writing that down.
Yes.
It's becoming
oh my
canon.
god, I love it. Anyways, so. Okay, where the fuck were we? Oh yes, where was my brain? Ah yes. I'm looking for a map of the local area. As she's like just kind of looking over the maps that are on display. And also the other thing, she's like just kind of looking at like when she heard swords, she's like, ooh, swords. I wonder what they have. As Pius is kind of looking over everything. Can I try to discern if there is a map of the local area here?
Give me an investigation check.
Yes, thank you.
With
I will do.
disadvantage.
Thanks to my aura thing, that actually turns into a normal check. Investigation 19.
You're looking through them, and you don't see anything at first until you notice that the chest the Habaxi's sitting on is also brimming with papers. So, briefly scooping her up and setting her on another chest, you open it up and find it is an entire cartographer's kit with a current and up-to-date map of the region.
Pyre just kind of goes as she will scoop up all this, and we'll just be like, how much?
That's not for sale yet, not inventoried.
Pyre will just dig around in her pouch. I'll give you. Pyre just digging around. It like puts down a gold. I'll give you this for it.
She looks at the gold. Her eyes go, okay, it not inventoried. As she just scoops up the coin.
Pyre just smiles.
Fresh inventory turnaround. And she just ducks behind the counter again. You hear some shuffling noises as you look over and see she pushes aside like a small sack of grain to reveal a crawl space of the underside of this stall. And she just moves into it, then grabbing her coins, pulling them in, and pulling the sack of grain back. And then you hear a little voice. No refunds, all sales final.
Thank you very much. I was wondering about the swords.
Oh, sword partially used. 25% off.
Pyre's just gonna look at the swords on display.
You see a couple swords. There are long swords favored by the northern armies. There's a couple of larger swords typically used by the southern tribes. You find 2 Soul Empire long swords. You
A couple
find
Solio Skeletines.
What?
A couple of Solio Skeletines.
I don't know if they're all. I don't know if those are a thing.
Galantines. Sounds like a type of thing.
It would be, like just a big Solio Zweihander.
Unfortunately, no. That exceeds a Baxi's lift capacity.
Ah. Habaxis cannot use great swords. Got it.
It's just been there the whole time.
Hey,
She
hey,
built
hey,
the
my
stall around the
Habaxi-
sword.
My little monster hunter Habaxi is a lot stronger.
True.
And given I'm not putting weapon limitations on my Monster Hunter campaign.
No, but
Yes.
like I'll just let you know, like the default stat block for Habaxi that I made for them gives them a strength of 8.
Adorable.
That's really funny.
Caster bias.
I mean, they get like +3 to Dex.
So, do any other swords like jump out to me because I'm like looking at them? It's like, okay, sword.
There's a
sword.
large collection. Some of them slightly battered, some of them chipped.
Okay then. I guess I will. Can I like do an investigation to see if there's like any that really jump out to me as being
Yes,
like
you may.
interesting? 13. Actually,
You don't find any that speak to you.
Probably just kind of look them over, just sigh. I don't really see anything I like.
Actually, could you roll me a D100?
Alrighty then. The orb has spoken. A 5.
You do actually notice something that speaks out to you.
Oh.
At first, you just thought it was a normal, mundane sword, but then you just realize that it's just been wrapped over again with a leather belt over the hilt. And as you look closer, you actually notice it's a much more ornate-looking hilt.
Oh. Pyre will pick it up and look it over.
You are in great danger.
Oh my god.
Slay, I have to ask. Is this a defective sword of warding?
Maybe, maybe not. You don't know.
Maybe.
Pyre will just kind of...
Oh, good.
Pyre will just hear this. How much for the sword? I've always wanted a talking sword.
Talking sword? I'm not crazy!
Mm,
You've just made this Abaxi's day, week, and or month with not only the gold, but the confirmation that she's not insane.
no, I'm pretty sure we've made her year.
Pyre's just like, yes, how much for the talking sword?
You hear some mulling noises, some clinking noises. Hmm.
Pyre just kind of leaning on the table, just kind of waiting to hear it. Okay, let's see. What's the damage gonna be?
You're just like 75 silver with discount.
Mm,
How does 25 silver sound?
yeah, 50.
40.
Deal.
Pyre puts down the 40 silver and is going to take the sword there.
Okay, you now have a strange, ornate short sword.
Woo!
As you put the coins down, you actually see as a little panel lifts up as the paw reaches out, grabs the coins, and pulls them in, then disappears.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're referencing. I love it.
Yeah,
Of course,
I love those boxes.
I love those boxes. Are so funny. This looks so
Mhm.
cute. Ah, the Chi. She is attacking my arm. Unfortunately for her, my arm is armored.
All right. So, do you continue on your way? You now have a detailed map of the region.
Yes, I am going to head back to the tavern. I'm going to head back to the tavern and look inside and be like, "Okay, I'm back. I have a map."
You enter the tavern, and you see. Ooh, I like this.
That is adorable.
I like the gentle bob of the skeleton head from the motion.
Dr. Bones escorting Lyrel.
There we go. I have added the strange ornate longsword to my inventory.
Mm-hmm. A short sword.
Short sword, yeah, sorry. It's a short sword, not a long sword.
Alright, so you're back in the tavern. You see
Yes.
Chi is standing there. And Lily is also there. And Theodosia is also very awkwardly there, but like avoiding eye contact. But like she keeps stealing glances at Lily's lips and then looking away, and then
Lily's making
and then
non-eye
Chi's
contact at
glare
all.
somehow gets more intense.
Pyre just muttering to herself, "Dear Lord, she really did give her one hell of an awakening." Before she'll sit down and like unfurl the map.
The sword is just like, Basil Terminus is close.
Ow. Wait, what did he say, Grave?
The sword at her hip is just like, death walks close. Bye.
I swear, if this is the fucking effective sort of warning, I am going to love it so much.
It's not a sword of warning, it's a sword of safety.
Okay, so Pyre's going
The
to.
mage that enchanted it did not realize how close to danger anyone is at all times.
So Pyre is going to set the map onto the table and unfurl it. All right, so Pyre's going to point at the village we're in. We are here, and Pyre's going to like open up like her little notebook and like look at the directions that were given. So
Once you reach the ancestral tree, you know to turn to the sun and greet it embrace tenfold. Then, as you reach and it goes on.
Pyre just reading that, going, Okay, that old man was worthless.
Yep.
That old man was useless. Okay. And she just closed the book, puts it back in her satchel, is going to just kind of study the map to see if she can discern if she could discern where the cabin is on the map.
You don't see a cabin specifically marked.
Ah, okay. Is there any markings for anything north of this settlement?
Yes, there is a river, there's an outpost, there's a royal hunting lodge retreat.
Ah, there we go. Pyrus is going to look at all this before tapping on the royal hunting lodge.
You see the Wizard's Pass fortress.
Wizard's Pass fortress.
Wizard's past fortress. Not anymore, but before.
Pirates just go like, oh, this is a really good map. I'll have to go find this cartographer and learn from them eventually. Anyways, so Pirates is going to with her own skills in cartography, she's going to like map out like the best route she can with this map to the hunting lodge. Okay, we are here. We have to get here. And okay, if we go here, here, and here, go along this way, that should be the quickest path.
Okay. So that path might be.
Do I need to make any checks for charting out the path?
No, it is pretty well marked down.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. So yeah. All right, so there's our path. And judging by it, it should be about 2 days. As much as I don't like it. As much as I don't like 2 days. All right. If we set out, what time is it currently?
It's about 10 a.m.
Okay, if we set out now, we should be able to make it pretty far before nightfall.
That's a good idea. Especially with the extra haste we're making, but the question I guess we should decide is, are we all heading inclusive of Titan pace? Or are we trying to catch up time? I don't mind either way.
Time
We
is
have
of the
about a week.
essence.
Time is of the essence.
Pyre's going to turn to Titan, who I imagine is like looking at us from like one of the windows.
Perhaps.
We put an extra table outside so he didn't feel left out.
Pirate will kind of look out and ask, "Alright, big guy, I want to ask your opinion on this. Do you want to try and see if you can? Do you want to try and see if we do that? Do you want to try and see if we can rent this all, or do you want to stay here and help protect the village while we're running for the next 2 days?"
We do know there are werewolves nearby.
Indeed. And
Town,
sorry.
without me here, the town would be pretty poorly defended.
Indeed. So
Theodosia then looks up. You don't gotta worry about that. We have the very big and strong, manly Bardicus with his big manly muscles. They're big and manly, strong muscles. Come on, strong manly muscles.
Stop thinking about girls.
She's looking at Titan through the window and is like, God, why couldn't you have had a rock penis?
Why didn't you have a dick?
That would have been the only way to stop the transference, but unfortunately, it's too late.
It's too late.
Hey, listen, this just means that we're at about a 50-50 odds of Lily being a good wingman. I've done really good and the opposite of what I wanted, but it's a 50. We're 1-1.
You know, the really sad part is you gave your pickup line to the Minotaur who said he had a crush on Theodosia.
I did. You're so right. I forgot about that. Did he ever come by before I just ruined it?
Give me a perception check.
Come on,
'Cause
come on.
That was a good.
Roll good. He used the pickup line.
Oof. I'm
Or-
gonna use a
or-
lucky point because I'm genuinely curious.
Roll good. He hasn't had the
22.
chance to
You
pick
suddenly notice some motion out of the window, and as you look, you see a Minotaur hiding in one of the large, low trees. His knees almost quaking. He's looking down at the pickup line. He's looking at the cabin. He's looking down at the pickup line.
Lily, without making eye contact with Theodosia, as she's talking about big manly muscles, will attempt one last time to encourage her to hook up with not Bardicus, but like a man Minotaur. And is like, I think some manly muscles are going to walk in at any moment and sweep you off your feet. But she's doing that thing where she awkwardly there's no eye contact in the conversation, and Lily's got like one hand held tightly between cheese as she almost has her hand over her eye without looking at Theodosia.
I mean, this definitely just means that Theodosia is going to be absolutely desperate to affirm herself and her identity. So, increased chances of this pickup line actually working.
Exactly.
My hope
Even if it
is
was a
that what I
bad
did,
pickup line, it's got a high chance of working.
no, it's literally the best pickup line I could write because from what I've written down, it was when we were getting robbed and Pyre knocked the fuck out of this guy.
Not when you were getting robbed, when you were robbing.
Yes.
Oh, apologies. We were robbing. Pyre kicked the shit out of this dude.
I was
Specifically twisted his neck 360 degrees.
I was
It was
trying
so
to
bad.
knock him out.
You killed him straight up. And I felt so bad that I healed him back to life and left him a nat 20 pickup line that I wrote out because I felt bad that he didn't have the opportunity. I don't even know how I remember learning about him needing to go hit on a woman. But he was
Because you were talking with the lady as you were sneaking through, and then you went into the corner and you saw this guy who was practicing the cheesiest pickup lines.
That's what it was.
Use it with her name, and you realized, oh my gosh, okay, we're just gonna sneak past the I was like, got it, crack. As you and you cast Zone of Silence, so it was just a silent flip.
It was a silent cartoon as Pyre literally kills a man, and then we all sit there and panic. Lily heals him back,
and it didn't work at first because you had to drop the zone the zone of silence.
I had to drop the zone of silence. Anyway, he married that girl and brought me a big health potion and that pickup line back as a thank you.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to return the favor, but see, now my goal is that I took Theodosia from like a 99.9 for men, 0 for women. I unbalanced the scale to 99.9% women, 0.1 for men. That pickup line is gonna bring us to 50-50, and she'll just be a raging bisexual, which, me too.
Mood.
You know what I mean? I think eventually it's the right idea. But so anyway, Lily basically, the last thing she says before refocusing back in on what our plan is when Theodosia's talking about big manly muscles to drop that there might be a man with big manly muscles coming in at any moment to sweep her off her feet with his big manly muscles.
Oh, Vi, you also see one other thing on the list on the map.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. You do see the Wizard's Pass, and you see the fort at the base of the Wizard's Pass, Isengard.
Beautiful.
I'm a bet there's hobbits there.
You do remember that as they were evacuating the village, the person on the cart said they were taking the halflings to Isengard.
Pyre's just gonna look at this. How far away is the Hunter's Lodge from Isengard?
Unfortunately, it goes towards the mountains, and the Hunter's Lodge is the opposite direction.
Pyre just gonna be sighing. Oh, I was gonna see if he took the hobbits to Isengard or not. Alright, never mind. Alright.
I hope that man was truthful. Those halflings were very, very willing to just go with it.
Pyre's just gonna just sigh a bit. Okay, so quickly, Pyre's is going to look to everyone. Alright. Titan, you stay here to defend the village. Me, Lily Bear, Chi, and Bruno, and the puppies.
Bow! Bow!
Both.
Are they still covered in cheese? Because I might suggest that if Theodosia... Oh, I have another great idea if Theodosia needs... I should stop wingmanning for this woman. I really should. But I know a guy who might, be able to help her clean 8 puppies. In a very, what's that movie with Patrick Swayze kind of way.
I'm sorry, what?
Was it Ghost? Oh, someone mentioned the puppies, and I wondered if they were still covered in cheese.
They are.
Okay, I was saying that I have another idea to be a wingman, although I should stop wingmanning for Theodosia, and that's there might be a very helpful masculine minotaur who'd be willing to help her clean and bathe 8 puppies out of their cheesy state, Patrick Swayze style from Ghost.
And she's just like, oh, the puppies. Yeah, I guess I could get them cleaned up. Come on, you little cheese nuggets.
Thank you for
Boo,
cleaning the puppy,
boo,
Theodosia.
boo,
I will have
boo.
help
Of course,
come
of
in
course.
right away.
That's what friends are for. Best friends, and that's what we are. Best friends. Cause we're both ghouls, and ghouls stick out for one another as best friends.
She's talking herself through it so hard. Lily just like nods and gives her a thumbs up. Yup.
Let the Minotaur guy make his move.
Listen, if he's still hiding in the tree, once we exit, Lily's gonna run up, and as soon as she gets close enough, we'll say, Theodosia needs some help cleaning some puppies. And I think, if not when, but now, you have to go to her.
I'll be right back,
whatever her
guys. My
name
room is
was.
starting to flood.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Please
no.
take care of that. Take as much time as you need.
That's like the third time.
Do you think we could take? I mean, I first of all, PB should take all the time they need. But do you mind if we take a small break at this time?
No, I
It's
think
about
so.
6. That's when we normally take a break. So half-hour break.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go grab food.
So I'm assuming Titan's going to be staying at the village to protect it and look up and study the cheese wounds.
Probably.
Will become the master of the cheese.
Master of the cheese.
I think it would only be appropriate if we could find a Dwayne A. Rock Johnson and a cheese pun for Titan to become the wielder of all things.
So it just gets out a stick and scribes. Fire, cheese, air, sprays enemy with fondue, baking them alive with cheese. It'd be like edible napalm.
I mean, anything's edible with the right attitude.
Yeah, like getting scalded by water is bad enough, and that's considering that the majority of water still splashes off. Cheese sticks, so it keeps burning.
Ew, that is terrible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just thought of something kind of silly.
Oh.
So Titan's out, on travels,
Uh-huh.
and he comes across, and he's learned the cheese runes, and he comes across this knight. This knight is lamenting that they don't have a gimmick. Because you know, like there's the red knight, there's the black knight, there's the knight of winds. Like what gimmick do I have? And just Titan then bestows upon him the runes of cheese, and he goes on to become the cheese knight.
Oh goodness. That sounds exceptionally cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the idea that because he says another, that means he already has one dreadnought-weighted artillery cannon plugged directly into his brainstem, not just like linked up, but like actually hardwired in, meaning whatever walker he's on is absolutely massive, or he has
Mhm.
ports to plug into the ship physically.
Yep. I mean, most tech priests have stuff that lets them plug physically into the ships to interface.
Sorry to irritate you further. Do you know what happened to the magnet that had the Lake String guy's number on it?
It's down here. It's on my fucking fridge. Right up.
And do you want the mop spin bucket?
Sure. Sure.
Because it makes it a little bit easier, because then you're not like squeezing it out, you're just spinning it out.
Yes, yes. I get it. I get
Okay,
it.
sorry. Wait, wrong one. Sorry, that's the wrong mop head. And that one does extend.
You know.
Okay, I was just saying.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if I can continue the session right now
That's all right.
because my room's flooding. I'm being told that they still gotta be running fucking water. Random shit. And I can't
All right.
do anything. Just gonna stop
Like,
stream.
what- Mm-hmm.